back with you again today for another great drop-in art project. I would like to give a big thank you to Perry County Council of the Arts for continuing our virtual drop-in art sessions. Today's project is going to be a fun one to use all of those little collected treasures that you may have been picking up this summer, from seashells to little pebbles and rocks to perhaps pine cones. And we are going to be making a sand cake handprint memento, so stay tuned for that fun project. Here are the supplies you will need for today's project. The recipe, which should be attached in the description box down below. 1 cup sand. 3/4 cup flour plus a little bit of extra for kneading and to balance out your recipe. 2/3 cup salt. Some cooking spray. Wax paper. A 1/2 cup water plus maybe a little extra to balance out your dough. A rolling pin, something to stir with, an old baking sheet, and some of your collected shells. Now, to get started, you'll want to take and set up your tray with a slice of wax paper. And this will help give you a non-stick surface. And we want to begin with our sand and add in all of our dry ingredients. So add in the flour and the salt, and maybe give that a little stir to combine everything, just like you're making a cake, except you wouldn't want to eat this. And there's a little extra fun piece of straw in my sand too. So now you can see it's starting to look like a batter. And then you want to add your water, just a 1/2 cup, and start to combine it. So you're going to make a really thick kind of sand cake. You don't want to over water. Don't want to add too much. You just want a nice dry batter that we can knead into like a Play-Doh type consistency. So then after you think you've gotten that mixed well, you can go ahead and knead it just like you would knead a dough. So combine everything together, just kind of work it into a ball. This is kind of the fun part. Squeeze. It's a good tension releaser too. And combine it up into a nice dough ball. And if you feel like it's a little bit wet, you can sprinkle on a little bit of your extra flour. Until you have made a nice dough. Okay, and then you'll want to use your wax paper tray and maybe spray on a little bit of your non-stick. This is just going to help it make the wax paper even less sticky. And you want to take your dough ball and go ahead and make a nice pat of the dough in the center. And you might want to use your rolling pin to roll your dough into a nice circular shape, a nice circle disc with a flat top, like a huge cookie. But you would not want to eat this. This would not taste good. But you want to make it look like a really big cookie, about a 1/2 inch deep. Okay, about a 1/2 inch thick. And then you want to spray the top of it with a little bit more cooking spray, because we're going to press your hand into it to make the handprint, and you don't want your hand to stick. Okay, so go ahead And press your hand into the center. Might want someone to help press your hand in, or use your other hand to help make a really good impression in the tray. And there you have your handprint. And then you want to take some of your shells and decorate around your hand. And this is a great keepsake for all of the shells that maybe you collect at the beach, or little pebbles maybe, or acorns that you collect on a camping trip this summer. It's a really fun way to make a memento for your garden or your patio and save some of those little treasures. You could even paint it if you would like, to add a little bit of color after it's dry. So then you'll need your adult assistant's help to go ahead and pop this in the oven and bake it on low for 3 to 4 hours at 250 degrees, or you can set it in a bright and sunny location for a couple of days. So thank you so much for joining me for this fun and messy project today. Stay creative, friends.